Well, behind me is Mount Horeb, famous for where Moses brought the Israelites, but also features later in 1 Kings 19, Elijah came here. Only in his case, he was on the run. He had fled from Jezebel. He'd seen great victory on Mount Carmel, and then it all got too much, and he'd cracked under the pressure, and he ran away, and he came here to the mountain of God. Maybe in that location, he was running towards God more than we realize, not running away entirely. He wanted to meet God, but on the other hand, he was probably frightened. And this little building here marks the spot. It's a Christian chapel, actually, that marks the spot where there's a cave behind which Elijah hid in, and God met him in this cave. And it's interesting that God says he didn't come, the Bible says he didn't come, God didn't come to him in the symbols of judgment, you know, the earthquake, the wind, or the fire. God wasn't in those. He hadn't come to write this man off despite his failings. He'd actually come to restore him. God asks this searching question: what are you doing here, Elijah? And I don't think the tone of that question was condemning. I think it was a caring question, a question that was just meant to cause Elijah to have a more honest moment. How have I got here? And how am I going to find my way forwards? And then we read that God didn't come in the wind or the earthquake or the fire. God appeared to Elijah in the still, small voice. It's one of the hardest phrases in the Hebrew Bible to translate. It's like God came in the silence. God came in the echo of the silence of that cave, not to judge him, but to restore him. If you've had a breakdown or reached the end of yourself or run away from things or found yourself in a place that you shouldn't be, remember Elijah in this cave. Remember, God doesn't come to condemn us in earthquake and wind and fire. He comes in that still whisper, that voice of silence that says, as our Father, I love you. Let's pick you up, my son, and get you back on the road. Well, Elijah headed off from here, restored as a prophet, to anoint Jehu and ultimately hand on the baton to Elisha. And all of that because God met him on Mount Horeb just behind me.